welcome once again to an amazing edition of the Art of Encouragement. Today, I have the pleasure of having Greg back with us today. Welcome, Greg. And also, want to say a big shout out to Mark Gai. He is the
Absolutely.
essence of the Art of Encouragement, and
Indeed.
I am so thankful to be here with you all today. It is November 1st.
Ooh.
Wow. Time has passed, hasn't it? Time has passed quickly. Yet here we are, over a year in, 70 something episodes now of the Art of Encouragement. And here we are. So thankful to be here with you guys today. And as we get started, what's going on in your world, Mark?
Happy to be here. Like you said, it's the time has felt like it has been compressed. Also today, November 1st, is my birthday.
I
Happy
saw that. Happy
birthday!
birthday to you. That's enough.
Yes, happy birthday. The
Thank
world
you.
is a better place because you are in it, Mark Guy.
Thank you. Thank
Happy
you.
birthday.
So I wanted to say I've been feeling the birthday love, and it starts with you, right? It starts with you. It's how you many years ago I have decided I want to feel like it's my birthday every day. What is that going to look like? What kind of behavior? What kind of person do I have to grow into so I feel like today's my birthday? Can I sing just because I'm in a good mood on the regular Tuesday? Can I just congratulate somebody with my love and my sincere appreciation because it's Thursday somewhere? And I thought about it. I made a list and I thought this is the type of behaviors that come on a birthday when you feel good inside out, outside in. How can I cultivate that every day? So I have been working on this for years. So I feel good about it. And I'm so happy to be spending part of my day with all of you. Thank you.
Well, good morning, everybody. I've been in transition of life and we've connected directly and indirectly, but it's good to be here today. And anything we can do to celebrate anyone's birthday to encourage you, what a good thought to have. Years ago, when I got out of prison, Matt Hancock, Cornerstone Church of the Nazarene, right here in my area, was amazed and always kind of asked me, "What's the day today?" And I would rip off the number. I've been out 95 days or 145. Today, one time he did it in a Bible study, and I said, it's day 369 and a half. I counted the day of freedom, kind of like you're doing the birthday thing. And I like that. I'll steal that. You get credit for it, but that's a great idea. Why not? Every day's the day of the birthday. Life is one date, a hash mark, and another on your memorial stone. So why not every day? I really like that. Good to see you, Mark.
And it works. It works. It's no, nobody is immune from challenges and growing pains, but it does work. And you, by instilling that in your life, installing that in your life, you elevate everyone. You see, like, oh, they're smiling, they are dancing, they are singing, they are laughing more, they are more open, they're taking risks. And you just feel like your behavior and your mindset leaks to the people around you.
Absolutely. Have you guys ever heard the poem The Dash?
I
No.
have heard it, but it's always repetition is the mother of learning.
That's
Let
it.
me
And I
hear it.
think I think today it's so appropriate as we're talking about, wow, the years passed and it's Mark's birthday and Greg's reflecting. The Dash was written by Linda Ellis, and she says, I read of a man who stood to speak at the funeral of a friend. He referred to the dates on the tombstone from the beginning to the end. He noted first came the date of the birth and spoke the following date with tears. But he said what mattered most of all was the dash between the years. For that dash represents all the time they spent life on earth. And now only those who loved them know what that little line is worth. For it matters not how much we own, the cars, the house, the cash. What matters is how we live and love and how we spend our dash. So think about this long and hard. And I encourage everyone watching the Art of Encouragement to do this today. Think about this long and hard. Are there things you'd like to change? For you never know how much time is left that can still be rearranged. If we could just slow down enough to consider what's true and real, and always try to understand the way other people feel. Be less quick to anger and show appreciation more, and love the people in our lives like we've never loved before. If we treat each other with respect and more often wear a smile, remembering that this special dash might only last a little while. So when your eulogy is being read with your life's actions to rehash, would you be proud of the things they say about how you spent your dash?
Here, here, I've never heard that. And welcome to the Art of Encouragement every Friday at 10 a.m. I stole the microphone for the announcement. I have the voice for it and nothing else to say, but say this. Today was not scripted. We've missed each other over a period of the last 3 weeks in different parts due to personal challenges and technology around the globe and across the United States. So if you're listening now, hear that. No idea about the dash. Wow, thank you so much.
Wow, isn't that the essence of what we stand for, Mark? How do you feel on your birthday today?
I feel I
Hearing
feel
that,
great. I feel
I-
great. There's a lot of thoughts. You have opened up some things for me, and I would like to live a life by design, a day by design, every day. I believe in design,
yes,
intentional design. Of course, we have a divine providence that moves us and through us, but I believe in design, intentional design. When you wake up, um, what kind of rituals do you have? Do you pray? Do you drink the water? Do you pray, meditate, whatever, stretch, do physical activity? And some people may think, well, this is a boring design. Maybe, but it gets results. It may be boring to you, but it works for me. I already made some decisions ahead of time, and I'm just following the path. So I feel great. I feel great to be here, and I believe in a divine providence and intention by design. And like I said, I'm a man of faith, as all of you here and many of us watching. So I fully trust, fully give my life to our creator, and I follow through. So I just feel great. Just doing all the things I love.
I
And
And
love it.
part of
at the young age of 29, who knew, Nick, he could come up with all that wisdom? 29 forever. You're youthful, you're vibrant, you're good looking, and you represent what you say because that's a lot of discipline. The body, the mind, the soul. You're very encouraging to many, but to me as well. Happy birthday to Mark. Everybody, happy.
Happy
Thank you.
birthday,
Thank you.
Mark.
I accept all the good wishes, all the good prayers, the vibes. I also accept money send transfers, but that's another point.
He
I can
said
send you my
PayPal
Venmo,
works.
my Cash App.
PayPal works. I love it. How is it up there, Greg, where you are in Ohio? Is it time for that snowman coffee cup already?
Well,
Is
you
it
kind of
cool up
think that
there?
because it got in the 30s a couple nights ago, that it was in the 60s and Halloween goblins. I saw demons, witches, and uh, every kind of structure imaginable walk by my front door. I said, that's the period of life. Keep going. I don't need trouble. But today's November the 1st. It's a roaring sunny day of 51 degrees with 15-mile-an-hour wind that makes you feel in the 40s. Mark would say it's brisk. You ought to get in a bag of ice out in the tub but we're working to the cold water plunge. But it's beautiful for our area, and it's not ready yet. But my wife, AuntMimi.com, started a business, and she does these. And I'd be a fool not to show you. I love the cup.
Absolutely.
Everything's all well here in Appalachia.
What a great cup. And you just said an interesting thing as you were watching people celebrating, manifesting their own desires, walking through the house dressed up in whatever their outfits. And such an astute observation. I already been through that. No, thank you. Keep walking. I'm not taking what you're delivering. Please keep walking or something. That is so amazing. What a great attitude.
That's it. And isn't that intention? Isn't that what you said, Mark? Living a life of design. It's a it's about making those decisions ahead of time that in the moment when we may feel differently, our feelings can change, but our convictions typically are our foundational pillars.
Yeah.
And as for me who loves to be a people pleaser, I'm just going to own that on here. I love to make people happy. I love to make people smile, and I don't want people to walk past me without having some kind of positive engagement. That's owning that. When we have those convictions in place and our boundaries, that's when, even though we might feel differently, we allow those people to pass. And so many times we know that there are people in our lives that are positive, and we need to keep engaged with those people. But often with me, I always want to go and I want to have the happy endings with people that, we have this restoration. We've seen good days, bad days, and now we're seeing good days again. But it's in my convictions that allow me just that it's okay, Nick. It's okay. Because after I've done soul searching, after I prayed, and I know that, now is not the time for me to approach that person about restoration, or now is not the time for me to engage with that person at all. I have to remain true to those convictions regardless of how I'm feeling. Regardless of the day, I have to go back and ask, is this part of my plan? And that's a daily questioning. That's a daily searching and seeking. But when our convictions are there, our boundaries are there, we shouldn't ask ourselves to allow someone to cross them because we've set them from a healthy place. How do you guys deal with that? With knowing that you have set a boundary, a good decision, and at times you feel like you want to break your own boundary. Does that ever happen?
I
Mark?
yield the floor to Greg, and I have something to say. Sure.
Okay, fine. Thank you very much. I spent a life like a people pleaser, and probably most in America, and especially the new generation with the social media, like me, follow me thing. I'm learning it's not relevant. I've run into other people's boundaries, not knowing good behaviors, broken home and different things. I kind of just fumbled through life, figuring out drive and success is by force. Step on who you got to step on to get to the top of the ladder. Sales by 20s and 30s. Absolutely not true. But having run into boundaries are important. And I learned sadly throughout many failures of life, being rejected by people due to maybe my behavior or mostly attitudes or verbal speech of anger. Uh, I formed myself later in life into a prison cell. That's an extreme, but it was reality. It was there that I learned that it's okay to listen to what what I've heard consistently. I'll accept that as a truth. I did. It grew. What did I always hear that I always rejected? Let me try that. And then I grew. That I was patient, that people had opinions, and I don't always have to comment. almost have to steal the mic like I did for your birthday. That was false. It's intentional now and not always to run the room. And learning other people's boundaries are healthy. Everybody in psychology and counseling tells you there are some. Self-restraint is a basic adolescent trying to become an adult. You know how you feel, but what is right. And so it's very good to hear both of you say you have boundaries. Late in life, in probably my mid-50s, even while I was in prison, I started having boundaries. Who would not, as a law clerk, want to help somebody with hope to litigate their case in court that maybe they could have less time? That was my heart. And I knew by experience that that would be a bad situation for me and that person. So I referred them to someone else, and they had the same success. I had success giving away. So I just kept transitioning like a water wheel all the way to the things of being free and being married, having a small business, studying for ministry, running into ministry. Wow, what standards! I thought I could never keep them. But they're very simple. Humble yourself before your God, esteem others better than yourself, forgive when you are not forgiven. And those simple principles form a border and a framework that I gladly stay in. And I finally have peace. And with that, Mark, there you go.
Oh, I just heard so many things here. So much. I heard a lot of pain. I heard a lot of redemption. I heard the journey you've been on and how you view yourself, how you view others, just in that few minutes you've been speaking. So thank you for sharing. You know what I love about this podcast? We have guests, but we have our core of hosts is vulnerability and openness. And I think it takes removal of the ego to really listen to somebody else. Attention is our most precious resource, and that's what we can give to each other. Going back to the question that Nick asked about boundaries, it was in the last 2 years, I have grown as a man, as a yes, I have grown also, with muscles and things, but also spiritually and emotionally. And I have learned that your identity is how you behave. What kind of person you would like to be? Does this person act in this way? And if you're already committed to that identity, I want to stick with it. Um, as you know, I love to travel and I love to see different cultures and bringing people together. That's another one of my loves, bringing people together that have a chance to do something, to create something in the image of the creator, right? We were meant to create something. And I love to bring people together who can create something that they couldn't by themselves. And I have learned that you have to protect your boundaries. I will not tolerate disrespect to me or to the people around me. And if it costs me something, then it is the cost I'm willing to bear. Lack of respect, lack of consideration is a big no, no for me. And I will let people know and I will carry on that. And that has been such a stirring experience in my life. I have lost some relationships. I have lost some opportunities, I believe, as well, because there was lack of respect. And I believe it's not something we can just ignore. When somebody calls you, or you have to call them back, or ask you a message, respond, or if you make a promise, deliver on that promise, or say you cannot. And I see this lackadaisical experience now leaking through all of it: business, culture, society. And it's not something that I want to continue in. This is my framework. It is lack of respect. And I will I will let people know. I will let people know and give them a chance to, maybe I misunderstood. But if there is a continuous lack of respect, it is something that I had to learn and grow into.
Well stated. I said in I've learned life in the reverse. Nick, to you, my friend.
No, I think I've already stated my comment on this situation, but I'm so proud of the vulnerability that we all show on our show. There's authenticity here, and there's things I share here for whatever reason. I feel comfortable in this environment. Even though it's being broadcast, I feel more comfortable sharing those things here with people who I feel are authentically engaged with us than I would in a room of people that I interact with on a daily basis. And often those people, they think they have us figured out anyway. But in those times, we have to realize as well that others are on a journey, and we can't compartmentalize them into the framework we thought they were in. We must, and this is a challenge for me, we must be willing to allow people to change in the same capacity we want people to allow us to change. And and I think Mark, what he said there at the end is so telling, and he's been so gracious with me. You guys know I'm all over the place. But Mark knows my heart. At the end of the day, he knows my heart, and Greg knows my heart. Most of you know my heart that are listening today as well. And boundaries, they are they they really upset me sometimes because you know when we think of boundaries, they they help us to create a sense of trust, a sense of safety in our relationships. And sometimes our boundaries can be physical, sometimes they can be mental, um, sometimes they can be emotional. And you have to be in an environment where when you communicate your needs, there is respect, that people around you respect the boundaries, the values, the beliefs of others, even if they differ from our own, if they differ from our own experiences, we have to be respectful. We must be respectful, and we've got to be consistent. We've got to practice the same boundaries with those people whenever possible. So, I just shared here a boundary. I said, I'm comfortable in this space sharing things I wouldn't normally share in other places. So now then, if those people in other places ask me to share after I've already said this is a boundary of mine, I would not be willing to do that in the same way we're sharing, because this is a safe place to share. And we don't always know if other places are. But wellness, health, self-awareness, whenever we're self-aware, we're able to identify what's important enough to us to set boundaries. So if you're hearing this today and you're like, I don't have any boundaries, that's okay. But examine yourself. Is that something that's lacking in your life? Do you just go with the flow, like people say so much, that as you go with the flow, you let yourself go? You let your own wants go, your own needs go? Because I've been that person that's had such little self-value and self-worth that as long as I was accepted and welcomed by a group of people, I would do what I needed to do to just fit in. And that's not healthy. That's not healthy. I'm glad I'm not in that place. But if anyone is, evaluate yourself.
Indeed,
Now,
heading toward the wrap up, Healthy
yeah.
Things Grow. My pastor recently, Matt Hancock, stellar speaker, took a truth. I don't know. He didn't create it probably, but he tells us all the time in small group, ministry training, or speeches at large. Healthy things grow, growing things change, and change is hard. If you plant a
Say that
seed,
again.
Yeah, he's worth it. Matt Hancock, Cornerstone Church of the Nazarene, Wheelersburg, Ohio.com. Every Sunday, live Facebook. You may see me in the crowd waving or something because I love the guy, but I love the church. He loves God. He teaches the core principles, and this is one that he just nailed. Stuck to me, so I had to get through a hard hit. Healthy things grow. So let's do this as a church, right? Or the man. Growing things change. So you're going to be looking different. Get used to that. And change is hard. And that's where he engages borders, acceptability, family estrangement, all the things. And he uses Jesus as the ultimate example. He wasn't a popular crowd, but he loved everybody, not so much the other way, but it didn't change the love he has for everybody. And everybody thinks of him in connection to love. If they had to think about you in the dash, well, he loved everybody. I'd be okay with that, no matter what. Go ahead, Mark.
So many nuggets. One thing I wanted to say, Greg, you have said that you attend what church again? Tell us.
Cornerstone Church of the Nazarene, Wheelersburg, Ohio.
Cornerstone Church of the Nazarene. Does it has a YouTube presence or YouTube channel where it
It's
has?
a Facebook Live every Sunday.
Okay.
Cornerstone Church of the Nazarene, Wheelersburg, Ohio, and it is absolutely knocking block.
I want to support that. I have a confession to make. Nick, at one point in time, has shared that he is a piano card, piano piano player and the music director of his church. And and I will tell you, I am a frequent guest on Sunday mornings to listen to you playing and to the service. You have no idea. It doesn't have a lot of viewers. It only has like a handful, maybe 5, 6, sometimes maybe a dozen. But I'm one of them. So I want you to know, support your friends, share the link. You never know who is watching you.
Wow.
Who is watching you and who
Right.
is supporting you. I want you to know. So let's share how we can find each other, support each other, and be there for each other.
Well, thank you guys so much. And isn't that what it's all about? I love watching Greg, and it's crazy. You just said that you enjoy watching there. Wow. Wow. And isn't that encouragement to know that you've got people rooting for you, whether you know they're there or not? Wow. Well, Mark, today it's your birthday. As we wrap up this edition, you get the floor, you get the mic, and I just want to say, and I'll give Greg a chance to say something as well before you close us out, that it is such a blessing to have you in my life. You have you've inspired me so much, and I really appreciate your friendship. So, thanks for being you.
Likewise, Nick, likewise.
I have nothing to say from the guy from Carnegie Hall that I've met in other places that has worked so hard to get so many places. He's talked about coaches and friends and mentors, and you were one of them. Happy birthday, Mark. All accolades. Go forward. We're following.
Thank you all. I love you all. I'm wishing you good vibes. If you want to sing, sing. You want to dance, Just find ways to enjoy life no matter where you are. And I hope to see you again next week with us at Art of Encouragement. Thank you all.
I'll be there the week. Bye. Love you.